Welcome to my YouTube channel on parenting. I am Mahavir Upadhyay, a parenting coach, a parenting catalyst. And in this video, I am going to talk to you on what is the right study mix. The right study mix in which, for example, if you want to make biryani at home, then you should have the right mix, the right ingredients so that you can have the right flavor and the taste, right? Or you want to have a good orchestra, then all the instruments have to be played in a particular sequence for you to get the best of music, correct? In the same way, if you want your kids to be better in studies and be effective in studies, then a lot of things have to be done in the right way, in the right sequence, I would say, or in the right mix, I would say. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you on this subject of what is the right study mix. Because in my observation, in my understanding, in my session with parents and kids, I have observed that only one or two things are focused by kids in terms of their study, but there are other parameters or other areas in which they are neglected or they're not taken care of or they're not given due importance, right? So here I'm going to talk on what are the important things, what is the right mix for you, for your kids to get into a study which is better, which is effective, right? And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are willing to get into, I would say, good suggestion, good tips, good concepts on parenting, on studies, on kids, right? Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now let's get back on the topic of what is the right study mix, right? Let me take to my slides and you'll understand what I am actually talking in terms of the right mix, right? What is the right mix? The first is a fixed place to sit for study, right? And many times I've observed that kids have the place for study which is changing from dining table to sofa to armchair to even bed, right? Unless you have a fixed place for study, you'll not have that devotion, you'll not have that focus, right? And someone has rightly mentioned that time has memory and place has energy. Time has memory and place has energy. So if you have a fixed place in your home, it can be dining table, not an issue. It can be a table which is your study table, proper study table, not an issue. But you should definitely have a fixed place for study, and that is where a lot of focus will come, a lot of attachment will come for that place of study. And it should not be a bed or a sofa, because bed or a sofa is meant for sleeping and taking rest. And you must have seen that if kids are studying in on sofa or bed, the amount of concentration or their attention span is less, right? So important, the first is the right mix is have a fixed place for study. Let it be a study table or let it be a dining table, but let it be fixed. That's point number one. Second is area around study, right? And you may observe that the area around study would be cluttered. I mean, it would have pencil, rubber, and all those things which are sometimes not necessary, right? There would be a lot of books, magazines, toys, lot of things around. So area around study should be neat and clean. It should be neat and clean, and it should be absolutely where your mind doesn't get distracted by watching that particular toy or touching that particular book or magazine or that art and craft material or anything else. Area around study has to be neat and clean. Only essential items should be there, right? And that's why it's important that you focus on this point too. Third is study material, which I just preempted in the last point, is that your all study material required, whether it is pencil, rubber, notebook, all those should be there on the table. Or it should be something which when you decide to sit for study, it should be there where you've got it there and it's on the table. I've observed that many a times kids sit on their study table or their dining table for study, whichever place is assigned, and then they struggle for getting that pencil, that rubber, that sharpener, and that protractor, that scale, and so many things, right? So it's important that the study material should be there when they start studying. That's three. Fourth is no mobile. That's very, very essential, and I think this is the thing where you need to take care in terms of study. There should not be any mobile, in fact, no screen at all, maybe tablet or a mobile at their study place, at the study place, because the mobile, the moment it's there in an arm's length or accessible to them, what is going to happen? They are going to touch it. They may see some WhatsApp group in which they are part of the school, or they may watch some cartoon game, or they may do something which will distract them. So it's very, very essential. I have mentioned in my last couple of videos the impact of gadget on kids, right? So mobile is highly distractive. It should not be there in their area at all, in study area at all. It should be kept away from them. If they want to refer to something from the mobile in terms of what study has come, let them see it and then give it to or keep it in a cupboard or any place which is not accessible, right? So fourth is mobile, which is important in having the right mix. And fifth is food and water. Kids start studying and immediately they will feel that, okay, I am hungry, let me let me eat something, or let me drink water, I am thirsty, and they will again get up from their study table, from their place of study, and they will again eat, and that's where distraction will happen, and kids will actually get poorer and not effective in their studies. So it's essential that you ensure that they have enough food and water when they actually start study, right? And it should be habit built into them in which they feel that, okay, when I'm starting study, I will ensure that I have enough water with me, I have enough whatever snacks or fruit or anything I have to have eat, so that their mind does not feel let me eat that thing, let me eat that particular snacks and let me be back. So that should be avoided, right? This is important, food and water. Sixth is sleep, because this is the right, there is so much of underestimation we have done for sleep that I cannot express in terms of the damage it happens to kids, or in fact elders. Why? Because sleep is something which will give them sufficient rest to the body. It will energize them, and insufficient sleep, changing sleep pattern is something which will have an impact on their study, right? And kids have different sleep pattern during study, during exam and non-exam time. It should be same. If you decide to sleep at 11 o'clock at night, absolutely adhere and affirm to that time, and you should be following that for same wake time also, maybe 6:30 or 7, whatever time, but have sufficient sleep and have the same sleep pattern, right? This important is sleep, because if you don't have enough sleep and you have following all the things, that study table is there and no mobile is there, food and water is taken care of, but there's insufficient sleep, then that will impact in terms of your effectiveness of study, or I would say your concentration in study, right? This is point number 6. So these are, I would say, in my view, summary of what is the right study preparation, what is the right mix. First is fixed place for study. It's very important. Second is area around study should be neat and clean so that there is no distraction. Study material, whatever pencil, rubber, sharpener should be there with them, and they should not again get up and try to find out. Fourth is no mobile. Very, very important, because the moment the mobile is there in front of them at arm's length, they will be very, feel very, very attracted to touch that screen and watch that cartoon, that video game and whatnot. So important is no mobile. Fifth is food and water. They should not get into getting up outside their study table and eating and drinking. And last is sleep, right? So these are 6 things which I wanted to just tell you that these are important study mix items which you need to take care, right? Now you may do 1, 2, 3, 5 and 6, but mobile is there on the desk, then you will not have the right effectiveness in study. You will not have that concentration in study. You don't have mobile at your desk, but you have insufficient sleep. I'll tell you, you will again have poor concentration and lower attention span. So all 6 are important in terms of your kids having the right study mix, the right study preparation, right? So I hope you like my video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel in terms of getting a lot of important updates, insights, concepts on parenting, whether it is their studies, their cooperation, their gadget, their screen, everything. And I want you to be an awesome parent. An awesome parent is one who is engaged with kids, who is bonded with kids, and that this warmth is there, right? And also they're giving their best to kids in terms of habits, skills and mindset, right? So subscribe to my YouTube channel and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.